shared a booth, we shared our fries. He laughed like I was someone real. He held my hand beneath the table like we had something to conceal. He never called me late at night, but smiled when I showed up. I wasn't on his screensaver, but I still filled his cup. We had no label, no clear start, no promises to break, but I still felt it in my chest. With every breath I take, his friends would ask, is she your girl? He'd laugh then look away, and I would smile pretending I was fine with shades of gray. I was almost his girlfriend, close enough to feel the heat, but never close enough to stay. When he got up from his seat, we kissed but never meant it. We held but never claimed. I was almost his girlfriend, but he never said my name. Maybe I love the almost, the thrill of not quite known. But every time I watched him leave, I felt more alone. I was almost his girlfriend, not the one but almost there. Like a whisper he remembered when no one else was near. We never had a story, no title, just a frame. I was almost his girlfriend, but he never called it by my name. He said it with a laugh so light, as if it didn't break my heart. Yeah, she's just a friend, he told them, like we never shared the dark. No hint of what we almost were, no weight behind his smile, just air between the syllables, and I stood there, quiet a while. We had no fight, we had no vow, but still it stung like lies, the kind that come without intent, but echo through your life. I didn't flinch, I didn't speak, just sip my drink and blink. But deep inside a door had closed, though neither of us heard it sing. The day he called me just a friend was the day the sky turned gray, not with storm or sudden rain, but with something soft that slipped away. No title to remember me, no story to defend, just the silence I became the day he called me just a friend. Maybe I was foolish to hope he'd ever say what we were without a name was more than games we played. The day he called me just a friend, I smiled like it was true, but part of me felt quietly like a leaf no one knew. He moved on without a pause, and I just reached the end of the chapter I had written, where I was more than just a friend. He held my hand in public like we had nothing left to hide, in front of friends on busy streets with strangers passing by. He didn't say a single word, just laced his fingers through, and for a breathless, fragile moment it felt like we were true. No one asked, no one stared, but I felt alright somehow, like they saw love unfolding, even if it wasn't now. I knew we had no promises, no name to wear with pride, but still I let him hold my hand and walked with hope inside. He held my hand in public like it meant something real, like maybe he was choosing me or showing what he feels. And though we had no story yet, no line we could defend, he held my hand in public like we were more than friends. Maybe it was just a moment, a reflex, nothing more, but I kept it in my memory like something worth waiting for. He held my hand in public and smiled without a doubt, but hearts can lie with gestures while lips leave meanings out. I wanted to believe him as the world ran to my end. He held my hand in public, but he never called me his girlfriend. I stared at the screen until it dimmed. Each minute stretched like breaking skin. I knew the rules, I played them too, but silence always felt like you. I typed a line, then backspace slow, afraid you'd never wanna know that I was waiting every night for just one sign to feel alright. You left me hanging on the thread, unread replies and words unsaid. I told myself don't reach again, but hope still taps like summer rain. I watched your stories come and go, like hints you'd never mean to show. A breadcrumb trail I chased in vain, still smiling through the quiet pain. He never texted first, but I always answered fast. Like every word I sent could somehow make it last. I chased a love too slow to grow and lost myself in what I never know. No message came, but still I burned for something that was never earned. I wasn't asking for a sign, just proof that I was on your mind. But all I got were fading dots, a ghost inside those empty thoughts. And maybe you were never cruel, just distant, playing by your rule. But I mistook your quiet screen for love that flickered in between. He never texted first, but still I stayed on call, waiting for a spark that never came at all. I wrote my heart in quiet bursts to someone who just wouldn't put me first. And though I knew it hurt the same to love without a spoken name. You never said you'd stay, but you never walked away. You left the door half open, and my heart learned how to wait. You spoke in gentle pauses, like promises without a name. And I held on to the silence, hoping you might feel the same. I replayed your someday smile, like it meant something more. Built castles out of glances on a shore with no secure floor. I try to read between the lines, but your words were always gray, not cold enough to walk from, not warm enough to stay. I was waiting for a maybe, for a word you never say, caught between your drifting tides and dreams that slipped away. You gave me just enough to hope, but not enough to know. And in the ache of what might be, I couldn't let you go. Told myself you needed time, that someday you'd be sure, but maybe turned to never, and I still stood at the door. I thought your quiet kindness meant more than just delay, but now I see your maybe was your soft your silence in the love that made me guess. I begged for something certain, but settled for your haze. And now I hold 1,000 nights you never meant to stay. You held my hand but not my name. We shared the nights without a claim. I wasn't yours, not in the light, only in shadows, only at night. You smiled like we were something true, but never asked what I was to you. Your world was closed, I stayed outside, still call it love and never cried. No pictures saved, no special days, no whispered calls of public praise. You said let's just keep things slow, but never let our feelings grow. I met your gaze in secret rooms with laughter that disguised our doom. And though you never said goodbye, you left me there without a why. We were never official, but I still fell deep. No promises made, but I still lost sleep. You never claimed me, but I stayed still, loving you quietly against my will. We weren't a couple, not on your feet, but you were the only heart I'd ever need. A ghost in your life, a name you'd miss only when drunk, only in bliss. How do you mourn what had no start? A love unspoken still breaks the heart. You never lied, but you never tried. Now I forget how I used to hide. We were never official, but I felt the pain of waiting in silence, lost in the rain. You gave me nothing, yet took so much. A love without words, without a touch. And now you're smiling like we were small, but I remember I gave it all. No title, no ring, not even a name. Still I was yours, all the same. I cancel nights with friends for him, skip trains, miss sleep on every whim. I wore the dress he once called cute and waited hours in worn out boots. I turned down dreams just to be near, adjusting my world to keep him here. But he never asked, never knew all the little things I'd undo. My phone would light, I'd drop it all. I maybe text, I'd let it stall. He called me late, I said I'm free, though dinner's sad, cold after 3. My days bent softly to his needs, like flowers leaning where sun leads. But he stood tall without a glance at how I shaped my every chance. I changed my plans for him each time, while he never once adjusted mine. He lived his life without delay. I put my own heart in the gray. No thank you words, no look, no kiss, just fading warmth the nights I miss. I gave my time without return and watched it all alone still burn. How far do you bend before you break? How many hours does one heart take? He never noticed I was tired, just like the way I never required. I changed my plans for him, now I see he wouldn't change a thing for me. A one-way love dressed up in grace that left me lost and out of place. Now I eat warm meals on time and don't flinch when I miss his sign. But deep inside, a quiet ache for all the plans I couldn't make. You said my name like it mattered most, held me close like you feared the ghost of something breaking, falling through. But maybe that was only true for you. You traced my skin like writing fate, but all your promises came too late. I see the signs now crystal clear, but I still wonder why you were here. I saved your notes, your midnight call, your jacket hanging in my hall. 1,000 pieces of your smile, I swore they meant love for a while. But now I read those words again, they sound like lines rehearsed by men, not lies, just truths you never meant, wrapped up in soft embarrassment. Was it ever real? The way you held me tight, the way you whispered things at night. Was I just filling space and time, a quiet rhythm, not a rhyme? Did you believe it even once, or was I just a kind response? You never said that it was fake, but silence still can make hearts break. You touched me like I was a truth, but kissed me like a fading youth. Now all that lingers raw and still is just the doubt. Was it ever real? Was it ever real? Or just pretend? Did you see love? Or just an end? I gave you all with nothing like I was something rare, like secrets only we could share. Your eyes would dance, then drift away, like maybe you had more to say. I read your grin like hidden code, believed in things you never showed. It wasn't lies, just half the truth, and I was blinded in my youth. You touched my hand, then pulled it back, a warmth that faded into lack. You laughed at jokes I barely told, then left me waiting in the cold. I kept that look you gave one night. It burned like stars, too quick, too bright. And now I know it wasn't real, but I still feel the way it felt. The smile that misled me still lives in my mind, a moment of maybe I can't seem to unwind. You never promised, yet I still believed in something soft I thought we weaved. That quiet curve, so sweet, so kind, became the lie I couldn't find. I fell for something you didn't mean, a smile that painted what wasn't seen. You didn't lie, but you didn't stay, and that smile never looked my way again, not once since that first spark. It left me lost in my own dark. The smile that misled me, I wore it too, and mirrors fogged with dreams of you. I told myself it had to mean, but love can hide in things unseen. And now I laugh a bit like you, when hearts don't know what's false or true. But still I chase that one soft gleam, the smile that held my foolish dream. I brewed 2 cups like every night. His was left untouched, no light. The keys he left upon the chair still echo like he might be there. I set the table, same old way, 2 plates, 2 laughs from yesterday. And in that stillness I replay the time I thought you choose to stay. He said he loved the way I moved, how I believed, how I approved. He kissed my forehead every time like I was already his, already mine. He spoke of someday like a plan, but I was loving half a man. He stood so close then slipped away right when I thought he'd finally stay. When I thought he'd stay, face in gray from when I thought he'd choose to stay. Some promises are made in eyes too soft to hold, too smooth to tie. He never said goodbye that day, just smiled and slowly walked away. When I thought he'd stay, I held my breath, dressed hope in flowers, feared the death of something real, or so I prayed. But silence grew where warmth once laid. Now every night I sit and say, he almost stayed, he looked that way. But some goodbyes don't need delay. I lost him when I thought he'd stay. When I thought he'd stay. He introduced me as someone not by name, just a shadow near him, no rightful claim. No, this is her, no pride, no grace, just silence wrapped around my face. I smelled like it didn't sting, like I was used to meaning nothing, but deep inside I felt erased by the man whose hand I'd laced. I stood beside him, soft and still, watched his words bend to his will. He called his friend by name and light, but I was someone out of sight. The laughter didn't reach my skin. I folded all my hopes within, pretending love could still remain when I was only causing shame. He never saw how much it cost to be that close and still feel lost. I played my part, kept answers short, as if I'd signed some quiet chord. He didn't lie, he just withheld the part where I was truly held. And in that room of gentle cheer, I vanished more with every beer. If names mean love, then what was I? A passing breeze beneath the sky. I learned that night with glass in hand that I was never part of his plan. He introduced me as someone and it broke all the words I hadn't spoke. I was there but not enough, not quite lover, not quite love. Now when I hear my name aloud, it echoes strange, it sounds too proud. I was his secret, soft and dumb, to someone I should have never become. stay, almost the reason he'd change his way. He smiled like I was close to right, but held me only late at night. He told me things I longed to hear, but never loud enough, not clear. I was the page before forever, the maybe girl, not the never. He liked my thoughts but not too deep. He liked my love but couldn't keep. He called me safe and sweet and kind, then disappeared like changing minds. I tried to be what he might need. I trimmed my voice, I hid my speed. He touched my cheek with half a vow, but never said, let's start right now. His eyes would linger, then let go, like watching warmth beneath the snow. He almost said, you're all I want, then changed the subject, played it blunt. I counted silences like clues for love I couldn't really use. He never heard but never stayed, just hovered in the almost made. I wasn't wrong, I wasn't flawed, just not enough to break his guard. He needed more than love and grace. He needed someone else's face. I was almost enough, but not quite her. A soft confession wrapped in blur. He almost loved me, almost chose, but doors don't open when half closed. I gave him all I had to give, but almost isn't how we live. Now I rewrite what once felt tough. Vows never almost died. Was enough. His friends knew nothing about me, not my name, not what I drink, not what I dream. I sat beside him in the dark, but never made it to his spark. No stories told, no laughs we shared, no signs that I was ever there. And still I stayed quietly where I was never supposed to be. He'd talk about his weekend plans, smile at jokes and shake their hands. He'd introduce his dog by name, but I was never in the frame. I stood there nodding, half alive, just someone trailing in his life. They never asked and he never said I was the ghost he loved in bed. They joked about his latest date while I just smiled and sipped too late. No one knew the way I bend to fit inside the space he'd lend. He laughed too loud, too far from me, a scene where I was not meant to be. And I kept still behind the glass, as though our love had never passed. trace, a name, a mark, a time, a place. But I was there between their cheers, a secret kept for hidden years. His friends knew nothing, not one part of all the nights he broke my heart. I was his silence, soft and deep, a promise he refused to keep. Now when I pass by those he knew, they smile like I was never true. But in his arms I used to be, if only someone else could see. The seat beside him stayed empty that night. No name reserved, no candlelight. They brought 2 menus, then took one away. Like love that almost came, then swayed. I watched from far through glass and air, a ghost of us that wasn't there. He didn't wait, he didn't look, just flipped the page like closed a book. I used to sit there, knees so near, laughing low, pretending cheer. He'd pour the wine, I'd trace the rim, and live inside the thought of him. But now the chair, it holds no weight, just quiet proof of fragile fate. The waiter smiled, unaware of how much hurt hung in that chair. He didn't cancel, didn't call, just let the evening in softly fall. I wore the coat he liked on me and walked by slow, invisibly. Inside that place, the lights were warm, but I stayed outside with the storm and all the things I didn't say. Sat in that chair and blew away. An empty seat can speak so loud, it holds more truth than any vow. No tears, no words, no final plea, just space that once held you and me. The seat beside him stayed untouched, like all the things I wanted much. Too much to say, too late to be a girl who mattered visibly. And though I passed and didn't speak, my heart still breaks a little each week. For that one chair, that quiet plea, where love was almost never me. us in my diary, soft and shy. Tucked it between the days we said hi. Just 4 letters and faded ink, a fragile hope I didn't think you'd never see, you'd never read. But still it felt like love indeed. The page still holds what we never had, a quiet line, both sweet and sad. I didn't write about the pain or nights I waited in the rain. I skipped the times you looked away and only kept the things you'd say. I like your laugh, don't go just yet. I held those moments like a debt, and in between the empty parts I filled the gaps with borrowed hearts. I drew a box, imagined names like we were playing harmless games. I circled, maybe underlined stay, and left out all the words you never say. The ink was blue, the mood was warm, but still it lacked a final form. I wrote us like it was true, but deep inside I always knew. I wrote us in my diary, soft and shy. Tucked it between the days we said hi. Just 4 letters and faded ink, a fragile hope I didn't think you'd never see, you'd never read. But still it felt like love indeed. The page still holds what we never had, a quiet line, both sweet and sad. Some stories only live in lines, where hearts imagine silent signs. You never asked to be that page, but still I gave you center stage. I wrote us in my diary, sweet and still, like love could bloom by quiet will. It wasn't real, but it was mine, a daydream caught in borrowed time. Now when I write, I use new pens, avoiding words that don't begin. But one last time I glance and see that soft small us, still part of me. You said goodbye with eyes too kind, a touch too soft to leave behind. No anger, no dramatic end, just silence I could never mend. We didn't break, we just let go of something neither dared to show. I smiled and said, take care, be well, while holding back the words I tell. Maybe in another life you'd stay, we'd find the words we couldn't say. Our timing right, no need to hide, no fears to keep us stuck outside. You'd hold my hand in open light, and I believe it felt just right. But this life wasn't made for two, just almost love that slipped right through. You looked back once, I felt the pull, a glance that made the silence full. I nearly ran, I nearly you still think of me when traffic slows, the skies turn deep, but thoughts don't build the love we crave. There are echoes we can't ever save. Maybe in another life you'd stay, we'd find the words we couldn't say. Our timing right, no need to hide, no fears to keep us stuck outside. You'd hold my hand in open light, and I believe it felt just right. But this life wasn't made for two, just almost love that slipped right through. I don't regret the time we had, but mourning what it feels so sad. If souls can meet beyond this day, then maybe we won't walk away. Maybe in another life you choose the parts of me now excuse, and I'd be brave enough to ask for more than moments we let pass. But in this life I say goodbye, still searching stars, still asking why. If fate is kind, then maybe we will find that life where we could be. We left your head tilted just so my shoulder brushed as whispers flowed. A joke you made, I played along. It almost felt like we belonged. For half a breath, the world was light. No shadows, no need to fight. But silence came between the lines, a space too wide to redefine. We left, but not for long. The warmth gave way to what feels wrong. Your smile cracked and mine just stayed, pretending I was not afraid. We didn't break, but didn't hold. Just watched the echo growing cold. One perfect moment softly gone. We laughed, but not for long. We stood too close, but not enough. Your touch was brief, your voice was rough. You said this feels like something new. I smiled and hoped that might be true, but truth is shy in crowded rooms, and dreams don't grow in borrowed blooms. We danced around what could have been, then walked away like it was a win. We left, but not for long. The warmth gave way to what feels wrong. Your smile cracked and mine just stayed, pretending I was not afraid. We didn't break, but didn't hold. Just watched the echo growing cold. One perfect moment softly gone. We laughed, but not for long. Some laughter only lives in past, too bright, too sweet, too sharp, too last. It fades like stars in morning light, a joy too brief to hold too tight. We left and I still taste that sound, but now it echoes underground. A memory stitched with golden thread that frayed too soon and disappeared. We didn't cry, we didn't cling, just let go of almost everything. But I remember soft and strong. We left, but not for long. There was no fight, no closing line, no tears that marked the end of time. Just fewer calls than none at all. A silence that began to crawl. The mornings came without your name, but I still brewed your cup the same. No final words, no open gate, just time that slowly changed our fate. No goodbye, just distance grew between the things we didn't do, between the words we didn't say, and all the nights we slipped away. No ending speech, no final scene, just space where something once had been. We faded soft without resistance. No goodbye, just quiet distance. I checked my phone, but nothing came. Still saved your number, still the same. I told myself you might appear, but hope wore thin and disappeared. I dressed for days, I thought you'd call, but footsteps echoed down the hall. And in that echo I could hear a truth too soft to bring me near. No goodbye, just distance grew between the things we didn't do, between the words we didn't say, and all the nights we slipped away. No ending speech, no final scene, just space where something once had been. We faded soft without resistance. No goodbye, just quiet distance. Not every ending slams the door. Some just drift and say no more. And in that silence we both knew that saying less was saying through. No goodbye, just silence worn, like shoes abandoned, slightly torn. We lost our way with quiet grace and vanished from each other's space. I held no grudge, you left no trace, just distance in a hollow place. And now I walk with no resistance, still missing you without a distance. You touched my hand, but not my soul. You held me close, but never whole. You said the things I longed to hear, but always paused when I drew near. We stayed up late, but stayed apart. I shared my truth, you hid your heart. It wasn't lies, it wasn't right, just shadows soft and borrowed light. We talk like lovers, walk like friends, but skip the parts where real love bends. You kissed me like you meant to stay, then left before the break of day. I counted hours that weren't mine and read between each skipped reply. You didn't leave with one clear word, but silence is the loudest heard. Almost held, almost stayed, almost something we both made. We danced around what we could be, but left it just a mystery. Almost love, almost known, a feeling shared but never shown. We weren't alive, we weren't true. Some stories never get a name. They end before they catch a flame, but still they live in every sigh, in every whispered asking why. Almost touched, almost tried, almost brave enough to fight, but almost can't build anything except a song too soft to sing. Still I don't curse the days we spent. They meant more than the way they went. We were nothing but not quite right. We were almost just out of sight. He knew the girl who waited late, the one who smiled and called it fate. He knew the voice that stayed so small, the one who'd answer every call. He saw the light but not the fire, mistook my calm for no desire. He held my hand but not my fight. He never asked what kept me bright. He never knew the dreams I hid, the poems left, the things I did, the nights I cried without a sound, or how I stood when no one's around. He never saw the art I made, the way I break, the way I stayed. He loved a girl half drawn, half true, not the whole heart he never knew. There's a version of me he never found, with deep roots, more solid ground. The me who laughs without restraint, who doesn't fold beneath the weight. He kissed the shadow, not the soul, and walked away before he saw it whole. But I remain soft and true, the version of me he never knew. I won't shrink to fit his view. There's so much more I've grown into. He left too soon to see the bloom, but I still dance inside this room. There's a version of me he'll never see, braver now and finally free. I don't regret what we once shared, but I outgrew the way he cared. He touched a page, not the whole book. He never paused, he never looked, but I've become through and through the version of me he never knew.